This is Tyrone with God Is, and the inspiration of gospel music also on Rainier Avenue Radio App. We give out free food each and every Saturday from 11 to 2. And so we want you to come on out and support us when we love on your community. And we also have a fish fry once a month. We want to raise funds, put back into the community. And so come on and support us. We need your love. And also, if you want to be connected with us, go to Rainier Avenue Radio World, to the website, Facebook, Instagram, and God Is. And as God Is got a website, we need your help, community. So come on out and get your free food each and every Saturday it is. And so we asking for donation, whatever you feel to give from your heart to the mind. And as we're doing it right here for you, go to our website and touch love and give back. And so come on by 810 23rd Avenue, Rainier Avenue Radio World, your community radio station and inspiration of all the things we do in your community.
1, 2, get down.
What's up, big and little homies? This is Masvita Maraire, host of Seattle Sports Weekly on Rainier Avenue Radio World, your one-stop shop for Seattle sports. We cover college, we cover pro, we cover it all. Huskies, Mariners, Seahawks, Garfield, South, Roosevelt, Metro, King County. This is what you want to listen to for all the sports that's happening in Seattle. Seattle Sports Weekly on Rainier Avenue Radio World.
See a bad
And welcome to our live studio audience for another exciting edition of Did You Know? And here we go with round one. Did you know?
COVID vaccine is free and easy to get. You don't need insurance or an appointment to get your vaccine. Vaccines are available at many locations near you.
And now we're going to double the value. Did you know?
The COVID-19 vaccine is always free of cost. You can visit pharmacies, community health centers in your neighborhood.
And now for the lightning round. Did you know?
The Delta variant of COVID is a mutation that has health experts worried because it's twice as contagious.
Then for our finale. Did you know?
The best way to protect yourself from the COVID Delta variant is to get fully vaccinated. Get your vaccine today.
Find out more at kingcounty.gov/vaccine. Did you know?
You're listening to Rainier Avenue Radio World.
Welcome to Real Estate and Money, a half-hour program on Rainier Avenue Radio World designed to help you whether you're a buyer, seller, investor, or renter in real estate. Your hosts are two local professionals who will escort you on your journey. Violeta Strash, who has years of media advertising and marketing experience and brings this extensive knowledge to John L. Scott Real Estate and all our clients. And Tina Lombard, who is a mortgage loan originator with Guaranteed Rate Affinity, with over 28 years of experience. And now here's Violeta and Tina.
Hello, everyone. Hey, Tina, you're muted.
Hi, how are you?
Good. Hi, Daniel. Okay, so here we go. What's going on today? What's up with you? It's raining here.
Well, it was a blizzard this weekend, snow everywhere, and today it's 72 degrees.
No way.
Yes. So
you have the craziest weather, I swear. Wow.
Bipolar over here. Bipolar. But what's going on in your neck of the woods? How are things going up there in Seattle?
Oh, it's good. It's same old rain. Gray rain. But we do have sun breaks, and sometimes it's lovely outside, but I don't know. So what are we talking about today?
Well, today is a very exciting time because interest rates are going crazy. And of course, gas prices are number one on the tip of everybody's tongue. So we're going to be talking about the correlation between gas rates going up and mortgage rates going up and what we need to do to brace ourselves for this economy. Fourth quarter, second, third, and fourth quarter. Yes. But before we do that, V, do you have some updates on the market?
I do. Thank you for asking. We do this every week, so it's no surprise. Okay, King County, we're looking at the market inventory as of today from last week. We are looking at 406 homes on the market, and sold inventory 438 at an average price of $1,278,000 here in King County. Last year, it was $1,316,000. So it's actually dropped a little bit. Imagine that. Just slightly, 3% around there. Days on the market, 23 days last February. This year, 16. So you're looking at 7 days a week difference there. So things are still moving fast. And as far as dollar per square foot, $411 last year. Right now it's $487. Crazy $76 difference. Then we are looking at Pierce County with 217 homes on the market, 213 homes sold, and at an average price of $619,000. Last year it was $567,000. So there we see an increase of 9% from year to year. Days on the market, we're looking at 25 last February to 16 days on the market. So 9 days difference from year to year. And the square footage going up $50 from $240 to $290 a square foot in Pierce County. Then finally, we have in Snohomish County, active homes, 159 homes, sold 164. So, some of these numbers might be confusing, but we're looking at homes that actually got listed in the past week in that county. And then you see inventory that have been sold. Those are left over from the past, the week or two before. But things are still moving fast. And Snohomish County, we were looking at an average of $872,000 versus $754,000, and that's a 16% increase right there. Days on the market, 21 versus 13, so a little over a week difference from year to year. And in dollar per square foot, $290 last year, $362 with a $72 increase for square footage. So there you have it for this week.
Great.
So
yes. So let's talk a little bit about mortgages. And I love that background. I love that background.
I love it
need
too.
that background. Okay.
Wow.
Yes. I love the spring. Yes. So we're gonna start with mortgages right now. So the mortgage rates, as you can see here, this is kind of a synopsis of what's been happening since last January, actually January 2020 up to March 2022. And projected beyond till May 2022. So as you see that the rates actually went down, starting January 20th down to January 21st. You see that the rates were extremely low. They were in the 2.625, 2.75 mark. And then as the year has gone by, you can see back in January, the rates were still right around 3%. And now in March, the rates are right there at 4%, hovering right over 4%. And it's projected to go up a little bit more. And if you look really closely at that screen, you'll see that on February 17th, it marked a new high, and that was like at 4%, and then it came down just a little bit. So we're kind of at 3.75, 3.875, and it's projected to go up again in May. And that's, of course, is going to accommodate the people getting out of school and people looking for new homes at late spring, early summer. So right now, the rates are hovering right over 3.875, 3.9. FHA rates and VA rates are classically just a little bit lower than conventional. But overall, that's what you're looking at. Now, as you can see, it says projected. The rates don't look like they're going down. They're actually going to be staying at a plateau or maybe even a little higher. So today's topic, and what I'm telling you right now, is that rates are high and we need to equip ourselves and prepare ourselves if we're either going to refinance or we're going to buy a new property. So thanks, Daniel. We can get rid of that screen right there and just go back. So V, it's something because the rates have moved and it does seem a little bit higher than before because it's in the fours or it's going to the fours. But I've been doing this for about 29 years and 4.3, 4.5, 4.7, I'm still happy with that. I remember the days where it was 6.75 or 8.2 or 9.3. So still the rates are good.
I've heard people paying double-digit rates. I'm amazed that was ever the case ever. But yeah, we're back to where this might be closer to the norm, what it is now, right, Tina?
Yes. I mean, the Federal Reserve actually sets a lot of the tone, sets a lot of the rates. So the banks actually get their monies from the Federal Reserve. And if the Federal Reserve is at 2%, that's where they actually start pricing us. They charge 2%. Banks aren't making much money if they're charging 2.5 or 3%. And if they're not making enough money, then there's nobody left to process the loans, to fund the loans, to actually administer the loans. There needs to be a profit margin there for the industry to at least survive. And of course, we want people working in the real estate industry, in the mortgage industry, so that we can continue to get loans and for our houses. So, 4%, 4.5, that's kind of a happy spot historically. That's a happy spot. So I noticed that you were saying how the rates, actually how the prices of houses are still going up at an average of 9% this last year. Rates are only going up a small percentage rate. They're going from 3.1 to 4.1. That's not too bad. I mean, if you figure you're going to buy a house and it's going to appreciate, tens of thousands of dollars. So that's what we're working with. Yeah. So tell me, so what's going on in the market? Are you seeing a lot more activity, or what are clients doing now?
Well, actually, I am seeing a lot of activity, and it's a puzzle out there how things are being priced, and it's the buyers that are driving the prices up to where they are. And people are who've been waiting for homes to come back on the market. It's springtime. It's the natural progression of real estate that spring we start seeing more and more people out and about looking when they've been hibernating like, those bears. Waiting for spring to see what pops up. And sellers are now thinking it's a good time for them too. Right. So I have a couple of sellers that I'm working with and a number of buyers. And I know one of the things that we were talking about is where you live, what makes you want to be in these places. And now the case is, people want to get out of the city still, even more so. And even though some companies are asking their employees to come back to the workplace, it's not, maybe it's 3 days a week, maybe it's a couple, or, it's not a big deal for people now from where they are. They are willing to commute to get a home that they want at a place where they want, and then just go to the workplace a few times a week. Isn't that true there too?
Yeah, it's true. Well, what's going on is a lot of people are kind of spoiled right now in the Colorado area. There are more jobs than there are employees or people here to fill them. So people here kind of have been dictating their work environment. I have a lot of friends actually who work in Denver, but bought in Vegas, or they bought in Phoenix. They work in Denver. So they're not trying to come back anytime soon. And if the company pushes too hard, they're like, well, I'll just flip over and go to another company. So what's going on is it's a time in history where, the employees are kind of dictating the market. I've had some clients who got approved, let's say at 3.2, and then the rates went up to 3.8, and now they no longer qualify for the house. Well, they've been walking into their HR saying, I need a raise because I don't qualify for this house. HR is like, okay, give them the raise. Literally, I have never had that happen. It's almost like a comedy show or something. But right now, it's twisted where people are kind of dictating, especially the people who go into they have to go in like a hospital, or they have to go into a warehouse, or they have to go in. These people really dictate the market because they're like gold. They're like liquid gold when it comes to employers trying to hire them. They actually will come in. A lot of people say, I'm not coming in. So it's been.
They'll say, okay.
Like, what do you want? I literally had somebody. Yeah. I mean, I literally had somebody walk in there. She says, listen, I need to make $4 more an hour, literally. And they're like, okay. So I'm like, okay, let's proceed with the loan.
I know. So, I do have a buyer that you're also working with, and she's negotiating a deal for her right?
Oh gosh.
So she can be where she wants to be and not worry about commuting. And yeah, that's one of the things that I talk about to potential buyers. I have a process I'll just call client needs analysis or consultation, and you want to make sure that you're talking to the people that make the decision first of all. And I want to get more into this after we go on a short break. How about that?
Tune in to Real Estate and Money every Tuesday afternoon from 2:30 to 3 here on Rainier Avenue Radio.world. Join your hosts Violeta Strash with John L. Scott Kent North and Tina Lombard with Guaranteed Rate Affinity. They'll help you navigate the waters of our volatile real estate market and offer you some guidance on how to make your hard-earned money work to make your dreams come true. Learn about current trends, get tips on financial matters, and have fun, interactive discussions about your home inside and out. That's Real Estate and Money.
Okay. So shall I keep going?
Yes.
Okay. So when I do the consultations, I will ask who's going to be involved. The husband and wife. Are now we see multi generations living together. Are your in-laws or your grandparents moving in with you? And they're funding some of the money to go into, the house. Maybe they want to do some upgrades. And yeah, so you have all these people applying for the loan these days. And a lot of people have chosen to live with other family members because they haven't seen them if for a couple of years now, or they want to make sure they're around. And, it's been a tough time for folks. And so the family unit has been increasingly more important to people. And what are they looking for? Like you said, the work from home or, work, do they commute what did I pay? $4.11 a gallon at Costco. I just paid that yesterday, $4.11 at Costco. There are prices I've seen, a lot higher than that. And
yes,
you pay that to commute. So that's another negotiating point, with your employers. Like, I need gas money, so you need to give me a little transportation. Yeah. But we have a great light rail system here right now. It's taking years, but I actually took that to Husky games this past season, and it wasn't bad. I was pleasantly surprised. I was kind of nervous at first, but, people are taking all kinds of modes of transportation to and from work. And if it works for you to be close to a light rail station, great. We'll find you a place nearby. And what else is there? You have
actually, I've got some screens that I want to show really quickly, and these are kind of illustrating what the gas prices are like. So Daniel, can you start showing us some of those screens? So the first one here, this is the national average of the gas price, and you can see in 2020 we're right at $2.50 a gallon, and went down to $1.50 a gallon. Now look, 2022 we're back up to on $3.50 a gallon. That's the average price. So here in Denver, it's still $3.50, $3.68.
Oh, nice.
Premium was $4.99. So I just filled up my tank at $4.99, but we're just a little bit lower. And then if you look here, so here we go. Just stay right there for 1 second. National average gas prices. So you see the regular is $4.30, 31 cents a gallon. Okay, and that's for regular. For premium, it's $4.96. Okay, diesel $5 and almost 12 cents. So that's kind of insane. All right, so let's go to what's going on in Washington State. So Washington State, there on the right, you see the average gas price, $4.72. I believe that's that's the average. Okay, that's the average. A week ago it was $4.54. And a year ago it was $3.20 something. Now, if you go to the left, you see here in Colorado, it's $3.97. That's the current average. Let me see. Last week it was 3.8, and a year ago it was $2.80. So quite a difference in rate in gas terms. Is there any other slides there, Daniel? Was that it? So there you go. So, I tell a lot of my people, and I've been doing this, throughout history, I've been seeing in the last 30 years, interest rates go up and down and gas prices go up and down. A lot of times the gas prices are very similar to mortgage rates. So when gas rates go up, mortgage rates usually go up. When gas rates go down, mortgage rates usually go down. I don't know what the correlation is, but when you see the gas tanks going up, best believe that mortgage rates are actually going up too. So what I want to do today is talk about how we can set ourselves, prepare ourselves, and get ready for these rising interest rates in case we do still need to buy, we still want to refinance. Yep. So the first thing we want to do is you want to make sure that you are fully pre-approved. You cannot lock a rate until you have property. So I get a lot of people, they'll say, oh, Tina, what are the rates today? I want to pre-qualify. And I'll say, oh, the rates are 4%. And by the time they get their property, the rates may have gone to 4.3. Then they come back and say, no, you told us 4%. Well, nobody can lock a rate until you have identified property. So if you refinance, you have a house, so you can lock that day. But if you're pre-approved, let's say at 3.8 and the rates have risen to 4.2, your payments are going to be different. Your rate's going to be different. You will not be able to lock the rate or to actually assume a rate until you actually have property. Now, there is a difference between locking your rate and floating your rate. So a lot of people, let's say that like today, they find a property and they say, hey, Tina, what are the rates? And I say, the rate is 4.1. And I'll say, do you want to lock? And this is what happens if we lock. And they'll say, no, I think the rates are going down. My sister, my cousin, my priest, somebody told me the rates are going down. I don't want to lock because in 30 days, the rate's going to be lower. So they want to float the loan. So if you float the loan, the rates should go down to 3.8, 3.9. Yeah, you can go ahead and take the rate then. But if the rates go up to 4.6 or 4.7, you can't come back to me and say, oh, Tina, I got 4.1. Can I have that again? Because it's unavailable. So a lot of times I'll get people, they'll get a property and they'll say, what's your rate? I'll say 4.1, and they'll go shopping. I'll start the appraisal process. I'll start the processing. And then 4 or 5 days later, somebody else will come along and say, I can do that loan for 3.875. So they'll stop their loan with me, and they'll find out that other bank really didn't have that rate. What have you. So you want to make sure that when you do find a property, I don't care if somebody tells you the rate's going to go down low or blah, blah, blah. It's always safe to lock your loan. And if the rates should go down, a lot of lenders will allow you to renegotiate a lower rate. But if rates should go up, you're protected. So what's the average time somebody closes a loan? Is it 21 days or 30 days or 40 days? How long has it?
Yeah, 21 to 30 here.
Okay.
With my people, yeah.
Okay, so you can lock a loan for 15 days, for 30 days, for 45 days, for 60 days, and it really depends on how long you need. If you lock a loan for 30 days and your loan takes 35 days to close, you're going to have to pay 4 days worth of an extension. Mm-hmm. If you're, we close a loan in 21 days. If we close a loan in 21 days, and to get a 45-day lock, it's going to be a higher price, so that may be too much. So usually you take a lock that commiserate. It's actually the same day that you plan to close the loan. So the first thing you want to do is be able to lock a loan so you can hedge against the rates going up. Another thing you want to do is you want to make sure that your credit scores are as high as possible. Because a lot of times people, if you have an 801 credit score, your rate is going to be a lot lower than someone that may have a 620 credit score. So when you start looking for homes right now, you want to make sure that you're paying all your bills on time. You want to make sure that you have the highest credit score humanly possible. So when it comes to rates, you're going to get the lowest rate on the market. A lot of times, if you do have enough money and you're putting $400,000 or $500,000 down on a $1.2 million home, instead of going 30 years, why don't you do a 10-year, a 15-year, a 20-year, a 25-year? A lot of times, the terms that are less than 30 years are actually lower. So you could probably take a lower rate, maybe even an adjustable rate. There was a time where my sister bought a house every 2 years. Every 2 years she bought a house. Every 2 years she bought a house. And she was paying 8%. I don't know what was going on. I mean, she had it like that, but she was like paying 5%, 6%, 7%. And finally, she bought her fourth house. And I said, stop, hold the press. I am not doing a 30-year mortgage for you. I'm not doing it. I said, we're going to do a 3-year ARM. And sure enough, we got like the lowest rate possibly on the market. And she sold her house in a year and a half. So why did she pay that? So she didn't pay all that extra interest. So a lot of times you want to make sure if you're only going to be in the house for 6 or 7 years, maybe take an ARM out, a 7-1 ARM. So a lot of times instead of taking a 30-year mortgage, see if an adjustable rate would be cheaper. And right now, adjustable rates are starting to be more prevalent because, a year ago, the rates were so ridiculously low, 2.2 or whatever it was. It didn't make sense to buy an adjustable rate. But right now, we're getting to the point where adjustable rates or 20 years or 30 years or 10-year mortgages, it could be a lot lower than a 30-year. So that's one thing you want to do. If you have a rate right now of 4.5%, 5%, 5.6%, 6%, or you have a HELOC or something, or a car loan that's 18%, and your car loan's $70,000 or something, go to your mortgage loan officer and see, even though the rates are in the fours, it may benefit you to refinance your home and refinance all those crazy 18% credit cards now on your house, because the house rate is at 4.5%, and maybe your credit cards are at 15% or 10% or something. So refinancing your house may also be an option if you are experiencing high interest rates, not only for your house, but other types of debt that you may have. I don't know if that makes sense, but yeah, that's what you can do. A lot of times, if you put more money down, if you put 5% down, let's say your rate is 4.375. If you put 20% down, maybe your rate is 4.125. So a lot of times, if you have less, talk to your loan officer or your banker. But instead of keeping an extra $50,000 in the bank and getting 0.2% on that savings, maybe you could put that $50,000 into your house and pay less interest. So maybe it would benefit you to put more money down on your house instead of you having it sit in your savings account. That will give you a lower rate. That will make your payments. You'll save maybe $100 or $200 a month, which would be a lot more than having $50,000 sitting in the bank making hard $13 a year. So maybe put more money down. That will help you hedge against these rising interest rates. And then let me see what else there is. You want to shop around. I mean, there are some times where credit unions will give you a better rate. Boeing Employees Credit Union is really good. Sometimes, like me, Guaranteed Rate Mortgage are really good. Depending if it's a jumbo loan or a super jumbo or FHA loan or VA loan, sometimes you do want to shop around and see if you can get a better rate. Some of the banks give really, really good rates, but they're very cookie cutter. If you have any type of complication with your loan, you're looking at a 40, 50-day close or what have you. They may have the best rate. So if you have real good credit, it's very cookie cutter, very easy loan, banks or credit unions may have the best rate. But if you have any type of complications where your credit score is a little lower, you don't have that much money, you didn't pay a couple people for the last couple of years, have to go to a mortgage broker or something. I may be able to quote something different than somebody else. So you do want to shop around.
Tina, I have a question, or got this question from other buyers. What is a hard money loan? Will you tell the folks what that is?
Hard money loan is when it's hard, it's hard to do the loan. So let's say somebody has zero down, or somebody's self-employed and they only show $100 a year on their tax return. So it's very hard to prove income. Or they have a very low credit score for whatever reason. There was a bankruptcy or they didn't pay their car payment by accident. So it's hard to get a conventional loan. So it's called a hard money loan. So a lot of times those loans they're good for a Band-Aid quick fix. You want to buy this house. You have to buy this house. Maybe the rate's 7%, 8%, 6%. And so your payments are really, really high for the first couple of months. But, you need to buy your mom's house. She's going to lose $300,000 for the equity if somebody in the family doesn't buy it. So you need to do a Band-Aid fix. So a hard money loan is when you cannot get conventional financing, and it's temporary, but for whatever reason, it's kind of you're going to have to pay a higher price for that riskier loan.
I'm sorry, I'm distracted by all the flies around my screen. Do you see that?
Yes, I do. Okay.
Woo! Daniel. Oh, it's time. Thank God. I can't see myself. I'm going into the dark.
Okay.
Well, thank you, everybody, for coming in and joining us today on this great show. Thank you, Tina, for all the information, and hope your gas prices stay low right now. And not go into some crazy, $5 plus rate over there. And I want to invite everyone to tune back in next Tuesday, 2:30 for Real Estate and Money. And on Wednesday nights, 9 to 11 p.m., our fabulous producer, Daniel Bellis, has fresh juice with D Money.
All
There
right.
you
all
go.
right.
One of the best
Yes.
shows on the air.
Yes.
Thank you, everyone.
We'll see you
Thanks,
next
Tina.
time.
See you soon. Bye.
You've been listening to Real Estate and Money with your hosts, Violeta, Strash, and Tina Lombard. For more information,
There you
call
go.
206-717.
What happened?
That's 206-717.
Somebody open the window.
4490.
Flies out.
Go to the Rainier Avenue Radio.world website to find the Real Estate and Money schedule, or tune in to our live show every Tuesday afternoon from 2:30 to 3. We will help you find your dream home.